Well, while the Prime Minister was trying to reassure big business that her industrial plans make sense, many smaller firms, and of course the people who work for them, were left wondering whether they'll be left behind. Our business correspondent Charlotte Lomas reports.
Buckinghamshire, a county which boasts more small and medium-sized businesses than anywhere else in the UK. While the weather is definitely gloomy in this village of Chalfont St Peter, we've come to test the temperature at the shops on the High Street and get reaction to the Prime Minister's policies for the economy. This greengrocers has been a fixture here for more than 30 years and has seen prices of produce rise by at least 10% since the vote to leave the EU.
There's very minimal margin in stuff at the moment as it is. And with the cost being pushed up more and more, it's just cutting our own throats really, because we're not making anything in the end of it. It seems to be all going to the government.
A quick stroll up the street to the independent toy shop. The owners admit it's a tough time for small businesses and they've diversified to maximise their profits.
We've just had our past year, we lost the small business rate relief. Our rates went up sky high. They're hopefully coming back down next year with the new system. That hasn't helped us at all. Now, why that government couldn't have done a little bit more on that would have been very helpful.
Next door, and the sentiment is slightly more positive. While other businesses are feeling the squeeze, this female fashion retailer is doing well, opening up a second branch. They say there's now more need to be dynamic.
I think we need to look to ourselves rather than other people as business owners to see what we can do to offer our customers the best customer service. And, I look to myself to ride waves.
The feeling on the ground is that there's been mixed messages from the government, and small businesses here, many of which are family run, say they haven't been given a clear picture of how policies will impact them. And this is especially worrying for those relying on working benefits. According to research, the just about managing households, or so-called jams, will be worse off by more than £2,500 a year by 2020. A study of households across the UK found that the impact of welfare cuts coupled with higher inflation and rising rents mean that lower income families will lose £48.90 a week by the end of the decade. Many of these working families run the small businesses that make up more than 99% of all private business in the UK. Experts say it's vital in these uncertain times they get support.
So people who are looking after elderly parents, people who've got children to look after, actually self-employment is a good option for those people, but it needs to be encouraged and supported, and the right tools of the trade.
As the government lays out its plans for big corporations, the smaller businesses up and down the UK are hoping that this investment will trickle down to help them. Charlotte Lomas, Sky News.